Hello and welcome to the third installment of my Golden Aegis Challenge series, where I'm casting any replays for a minimum of $5 to get me to that fancy, shiny, coveted Golden Aegis 1000 level compendium for those who aren't familiar. Hi guys, I'm Chicago Ted and I'll be casting this game. This time, although I won't say who I am casting it for, although I actually have no idea looking at these names, so I guess it doesn't matter. I'm casting it for a guy who goes by the name of Medieval Walrus. Thank you so much if this is your replay. Look forward to casting this game for you. Without any further ado, let's get this one started. So I know switching to free camera there doesn't quite work out. And as it seems to work out a little better, I'm going to 2x through the draft. Actually, 4x through it, just to make sure we get through it. So Undying, pretty standard. Alchemist, Bristleback Omni-Knight. Looks like this is a unranked all pick, so nothing too important to analyze out through here. And let's go ahead and free camera it now so you see what I'm seeing. And let's get going. So it looks like in this game, we're going to have Sorrow on the Shadow Fiend. HEK will be playing the Phantom Assassin. Rambo on the Keeper of the Light. Yin Yang on the Undying. And Wizen on the Alchemist. Meanwhile, for the Radiant, it's going to be Colossus on the Kunkka. Jupiter on the Bristleback. Okay. Omni-Knight. Ember Spirit. And Boltic on the Lifestealer. Sorry, I can't read either of those two. I mean, it looks like Moxen. I'll call you Moxen. Or Mulan, whatever. I mean, I see something, but not a lot in there. This, I don't even want to attempt. If anyone knows what this is, feel free to drop it down, because I have no clue. But it looks like the Radiant are playing the standard, give up both bounty runes at level 1. It works sometimes, but other times it doesn't. And they're going to go ahead and give the bounty to both HEK on the Phantom Assassin and Yin Yang on the Undying. Plenty of gold. Well, to be exact, a nice 200 going the way of the Dire to start this one out. Experience as well. They're going to be running a dual offlane, it looks like, though, between the Ember Spirit and the Bristleback. Not sure if this is by choice or by people wanting the lanes and not quite being able to get them. As, ooh, looks like we've got some help here. Archangel on the Omni-Knight. I like that. Very nice. So, that's Archangel. He's going to be going up against the Shadow Fiend, Mr. Sorrow, in the mid lane. And a huge thanks to Mr. Roma over there in the chat for helping me out on that one. Still looking for a translation for this guy, though. So, whoever we got, well, feel free to drop it in chat whenever you figure it out. Colossus, meanwhile, he's going up against Yin Yang and Rambo pretty much solo. He's got the Lifestealer who's close by, but Boltic, he's going to be sitting in the jungle, not really worried too much about what's going on in his safe lane. Rambo, though, realizes it's a 2v1, not really worried about it. He instead goes up to help out Phantom Assassin, Mr. HEK, and Coddle, I mean, with the Chakra Magic, we'll be able to help HEK spam those Stifling Daggers, but that's about it. Until that gets up 2 or 3 points, rather, it doesn't exactly mean that much damage, but Wizen, meanwhile, look at the damage he's taking from these jungle creeps, and it almost begs the question why he didn't get the rune to begin with, but HEK, meanwhile, running away. They've got one more Stifling Dagger, but the Searing Chain stops him from getting chased any further. Rambo looks with the Illuminate Blast, but with the... wasn't really the Flame Guard that stopped. It looks like he just got out of range. Still, he stays alive. Just barely, though, and he'll... The nice try comes out in chat. Very apt. Archangel, meanwhile, in the mid versus Sorrow. I mean, to be expected, Sorrow is really running away with the CS advantage in this lane, but it looks like it's going to be a degen aura build on Archangel, so he'll try to make something happen with that, but Yin Yang giving away just as much HP as he's dealing. In fact, he might actually lose this man fight here. This is a huge amount. Now he's got to turn and fight, because remember, the less HP he's got, the less that Lifestealer can steal him. You saw just that. It looked like he was regenning more than he was taking, but then as it started going on a little bit further, you started seeing the real ugly face of that engagement. And Yin Yang will grab first blood 2.5 minutes into this game. Looks like HEK Wanted to make a go there. Got 2 points in the Stifling Dagger. This is when the damage starts really getting unbearable, and with infinite mana to do so too. It's crazy, but Archangel, meanwhile, taking so much damage in this mid. He's got the Purify, but only looking to use it when it can actually do some damage with it, and throws it out a little bit too late though. And not going to be able to connect with that Purify. It's a huge amount of damage on an early game Shadow Fiend if he can get it to connect. And that's kind of why he's going for this Degen Aura build, is so that he can chase down with the Purify. But he's actually going to die here. He does the classic mistake, walk towards a Shadow Fiend, and then run away without doing anything. Like, you don't do that with raises. At least put a repel on yourself. I don't know. Regardless, he'll go down there, giving a quick kill to the Shadow Fiend. And not something that you want to be doing against someone like a Shadow, as he'll run away with that extra gold. And meanwhile, there's going to be a Luminate coming out. Flame Guard flies, but it's not really helping versus his physical damage. HEK will go down, but Jupiter finds a kill. In the meantime, he actually could find 2 here. He needs a couple bits more of that Quill Spray. HEK, Stifling Dagger, some more. 2 more Quills is all he needs to do this, and he will get it! Whew! That's, that was quite the engagement that just happened right there. Meanwhile, Archangel again trying the same old tactic in the mid lane, and it's working out the same way. You know, the definition of insanity there, but we'll see if he can make something happen. But the top lane is a bloodbath. Meanwhile, looks like 1 HP escape from the bottom lane as he's calling out in the chat. Colossus getting close to bringing a kill of his own. Only a lane that hasn't spilled too much blood. I mean, the bottom rune, I guess, if you count towards the bottom lane, I mean, changes that statement, but whatever. I'll stick with what I've got. So, as this mid lane is going, 23-11 on the Shadow Fiend to Archangel's 10-2. This is to be expected. It's an Omni Knight versus a Shadow Fiend, and okay, correction, versus a Shadow Fiend who's now barreling down the mid lane with a haste rune, and will go ahead and grab himself another kill here. No repel. Now we get a repel, but a bit too late as the last right click flies through and grabs another kill. 3-5, but this mid lane doing so well. I almost don't want to look at the net worth, but I will. 2,600 gold for this Shadow Fiend at 5 minutes. Crazy, crazy stuff coming out from this game. Voltic walking through the jungle, though. He's getting decent farm, I guess, out of this jungle. 5 minutes, only level 4. Not choke jungling. He's going up against this Ursa camp, which means he's taking a lot more damage than he's dealing. But he's got tangos. He's sustaining all right in the jungle. And, I mean, a lot can be said of the fact that he's still in there jungling. So, only 1 death to his name. That was that engagement versus the Undying. The infamous engagement there. Meanwhile, still pretty slow in this top lane, but Yin Yang goes down to his bottom, looking for a kill. Colossus, the Illuminate comes through and does a pretty substantial amount of damage to him, but he's going to back himself off because of this, has only 1 tango to his name, and I'm not quite sure if he'll be able to show his face confidently in this lane, at least for the time being. A Soul Ring comes out to the already 0-2 Archangel. Maybe looking to make something happen here. Purifies again, another miss. This is not working out the way he wanted it to right now. Rambo goes back up to the top lane. Has had enough in the bottom. Gets revealed though, which means I think Colossus is a little bit more comfortable to show his face, at least in the lane. We'll go out with the Torrent, and in fact, we'll start to make some damage happen, but with the Tombstone flying down, Colossus is in a little bit of trouble. There's a Soul Rep. He needs to bring down these zombies. Will do so, but 1 decay is all it's going to take, and Yin Yang will find it, gets himself a kill, and re-aggroes a tower so he doesn't end up dropping to that. So, a nice kill in the bottom lane, and Dire, well, they're getting a couple of good kills across the map. Look at this, the crit on the Stifling Dagger. They grab a kill in the top lane. Now Heck continues chasing. Another Stifling Dagger will be enough to bring him close to grab that extra kill, and HEK with a double kill. 3-8 at 7.5 minutes.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged.
Maybe Archangel, though, can find something here. 1 point in Degen Aura, though, still isn't able to do anything with that. His move speed is nil, doesn't have any boots, and with level 1 Degen Aura, isn't able to really do what he wants to do here. So, boots is a necessity for him, but with the amount of farm he's getting, it is well out of reach. And, I mean, do you really want to be saying that about your mid laner? Not even able to afford boots. It's a shame, really. Rambo, they go for the Searing Chains, but they're not able to find it. Now with a Flame Guard, the Illuminate flies through, but with a Flame Guard, I mean, it will block out a lot of that damage. Rambo now should go down and will go down as Sorrow brings down Archangel. And Sorrow must be a feeling that Archangel is feeling right now. I mean, that's way too much, right? And as said, I mean, game's looking pretty grim for the Radiant, but I mean, this was a submitted replay, and usually what I've experienced from some of these replays is major comebacks or long games, and we'll have to see what happens, but another Searing Chains flies out, and it doesn't connect. Now an Illuminate goes through, won't connect either. And Shadow Fiend finds himself another tower. What worries me about that statement that I made earlier, right, is that this is an Ember Spirit. Usually when you see games with Ember Spirits, they're long games. And Colossus might find a kill here. No, it's Colossus who ends up going down. Tombstone is one hell of a spell. That, you know, and Decay, Soul Rip, whatnot. Sorrow, meanwhile, makes his way to the bottom lane. Looks, I guess, to try to secure some extra farm here. Maybe it's a tower that he wants. But Archangel's going to go in from the behind.
That's 4 in a row.
Probably not going to find anything, as in the top lane, Phantom Assassin will grab another kill. I don't know. Tier 1 top bottom taking quite a bit of damage. Not really looking like they have any way to stop this, but they're going to go in. They've got a glyph. Colossus is back down as well as Archangel, but immediately Sorrow backs himself away as top lane. HEK might find another kill. Luminate comes through, but only does so much as to hit the Flame Guard. One more attack, 2 more, I guess. Second one ends up being a crit, and they get the kill. HEK, though, now is in a little bit of trouble, needs to blink away. There are creeps close by. He needs to jump to them. Does he have enough time? He does. Gets to the creeps, but Jupiter's not giving up. He wants Rambo. He'll find Rambo. A small consolation prize, I guess, as it looks like we might have some more kills happen in the bottom lane. Archangel, so much damage. He can't stand even close to this Shadow Fiend anymore. But what's this? Boltic, he wants a kill. Can he find a kill? He needs to infest something, maybe find anything. But he'll go down as well. Yin Yang with a double kill, 5 to 15 at 10 minutes. Sorrow with a blink dagger. Whew, that is really unfortunate for the Radiant side, but you gotta kind of expect that that's how any engagement's gonna go right now when you're fighting into Undying and a super fed Shadow Fiend. I mean, net worth is off the charts for everyone right now on the Dire side. But can the Ember Spirit turn this one around? He wants Sorrow. Getting a kill on Sorrow right now could be huge, but he's still level 5, not even level 6. He can't chase. He'll just go down. Oh my god, it's delivery. It's Chinese takeout. In the top lane, HEK will go in onto Jupiter. Chases down Rambo with the body blocks, with a Stifling Dagger as well. They're not going to continue chasing on the Bristleback. We'll pop out one last Illuminate for good measure. And the bottom lane, Yin Yang dives in, not even fearing the Omni Knight. Look at the damage that's already coming out. There's a Torrent, though. Can this mean the end of Yin Yang? Finally, he goes for the Decay. In comes the boat. He's taking so much, but he has a mechanism. And now he turns, 1 Decay, and he can bring down a double kill. He gets it. Maybe a double kill. He'll go down, ends up giving away 820 gold, but he does get that double kill that he long sought after, and the Tombstone won't even drop. Or it will drop, but it won't give any gold. #6 to 18, the kill score tripling up. Nearing a blade mail for that Undying. I mean, the 800 plus gold that he gave away kind of worries me, but at the same time, my inner stomp is telling me that this is, well, a stomp. Still, I gotta kind of expect the unexpected here, as there is still a shot at winning this game. Well, okay, there might be a shot if your Ember Spirit was anywhere close to something like a Battle Fury, or even level 7 or 8, but nope, still level 5. Just a bit more XP and he can find that coveted level 6, but, I mean, even with your ultimate, it doesn't give you that much if you're this far behind. So he's really got to put the pedal to the metal, farm up a lot of gold in a short amount of time, and hope that means enough. The one contributing thing about the ultimate, he can farm a little bit more safe, as he can easily remnant out if he finds himself in a sticky situation, like he might in just a couple of seconds as Yin Yang Machine makes his way in. There's a tombstone, decay, I imagine a remnant away immediately. And Yin Yang is going, aw shucks. Well, he's got level 6.
Illusion.
GG. Still a walking courier, delivers phase boots. The item it delivers moving faster than the courier itself. And maybe Boltic tries to go in, but I don't think they bring down Yin Yang. It's going to be very difficult. They've already done it once too, so the gold that you get from it not going to be as much. Jupiter and Archangel, they find Heck. Can they find a kill though? I mean, he's pretty healthy. Colossus in though, and Illuminate flies out. Rambo, if anything, is a kill they can get from this. Colossus, he needs an X-Marks, but he doesn't even have it skilled yet. Now Sorrow goes in. Maybe bites off a little bit more than he can chew. Immediately turns around. Will pop out with the Requiem of Souls, but in comes the boat and a torrent. Sorrow taking a little bit of damage from this, but not quite going down. Heck, though, is taking a lot of damage as a couple more Quill Sprays and he's dead. This could be a triple kill for him. He goes, gets 1. Killing spree for Jupiter. What? Gets 2. They drop very low with that Requiem as well as the Acid Spray. And now Jupiter on the run, but a double kill from that. How much gold does that end up being? Where is Bristleback? 1,300 gold from that alone for the Bristleback. 6 and 3. Rather surprising from a Bristleback considering, I mean, where we were 5 minutes ago, but 15 minutes, Bristleback's looking alright. He's got his Vanguard and a Blade Mail, so maybe he can be the catalyst to start the chain reaction of turning this game around. Heck, meanwhile, is trying to get towards that Battle Fury. It's 15 minutes, treads. She's 6 and 2. I would imagine a Battle Fury would have already come out by now, but looks like a little bit slow. 25 last hits, I guess, is the reason for that. As a 3-man in the bottom lane is Boltic. They might be able to find Yin Yang here, but Boltic didn't get the... he's got 4 points in open runes and opts not to cast it. Looks like they're going to let that one get away. Barely slipping through their fingers. Archangel still chasing, though. Boltic's still chasing. They could go under a tier 1 tower for this, and it looks like they realize just what that entails, and they back themselves away. Keeping a close eye on this PA. That Battle Fury is a very important pickup. Did go for the tread, so the damage isn't quite there.
Mid tower could use a hand.
But the attack speed is. So, I mean, once she gets that Battle Fury, it's going to be pretty huge. But mid lane, Requiem of Souls coming out from the death. Kunkka grabbing a double kill from that one. Uh-oh. That's very bad, considering that's a quick and easy 900 gold for that engagement. And
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
I mean, we can take a look at the graphs. It looks like it should start be closing in. I mean, 10,000 is where it was at about 10 minutes. That's huge. But just like that, another kill in the bottom lane to Yin Yang, and this is the classic signs. These are the classic signs of throws, guys. Keep a close eye on this one, because these graphs that we just looked at, those could go very far north very quickly if Radiant aren't careful, or Dire aren't careful. Now, they haven't thrown it yet. I mean, they still can tighten things up and keep it within reach for them, but they've got to stop giving up kills, and that means they've got to stop being alone, out way too far ahead, and taking fights that they shouldn't take. I mean, there are plenty of fights in any given moment. There are plenty of fights for the Dire to take that won't lose, or that won't end up in them losing. But there's always one that they will lose. They've got to be careful not to take that one. And this could be another one of those. Yin Yang going in very deep for this, but will turn around smartly so. Sorrow is keeping himself very low. Now, this is trouble for him.
Dire's top tower's getting
Gets away from the Tidebringer just barely, but
This should make my life easier.
that's again, that is trouble. They cannot let things like that get that close to losing the game. So HEK still working towards that Battle Fury, is about 1,200 to go away from it now. As Sorrow, he's invised up, looking for the Requiem, doesn't even pop it, instead goes for the raises. Now with the bolt coming out, won't connect. Wants to Tidebringer onto Rambo, but won't be able to find any sort of line to get it. And now the rotation's coming around. It looks like they want to kill with Yin Yang. He makes his way in. Might drop the Tombstone here. Slow down to Jupiter. Tombstone close to the high ground. Now they look to try to take some engagement, but Jupiter is way too damn tanky. And now with a torrent coming out, Sorrow might be in a little bit of trouble. Yin Yang, he's got the Blade Mail, and is just manning up right now. Colossus should go down. Requiem of Souls, it looks like Mr. China is going to go down. Or Korea, or Japan, or whatever that is. Jupiter also in a lot of trouble. A triple kill for Yin Yang Machine. And the Blade Mail, certainly no shortage of damage coming out from that. He continues to chase, though. This could be an issue, considering there's a Lifestealer close by. And now Repel. This is a Blade Mail, but it doesn't do too much Repel. Yin Yang is diving really far in, but the Repel ends. He needs the kill. He gets the kill, but Boltic is there. And he'll go down. Unfortunately for him, it's a split gold. The tower gets the last hit, but
Radiant's mid tower.
that is a huge amount that Undying just did right there. Pretty nearly securing an almost 5-man wipe for them, too. That's crazy. Sorrow, though, could go down. Starts to TP, but realizes right away that that's not a great idea. Blinks himself out instead. HEK being chased. Rambo, though, is the one close by. Goes in to try to split the focus, and does so successfully. In fact, he might also get away as well. So all the while, Wizen is farming up. Only look at him because there's chat messages going out directed. Almost completely forgot that he was part of this game. But he's got a Midas. He's got a Maelstrom. So as far as farming speed goes, he's pretty good. 90 CS. His net worth, 4th highest on the board. But less than 1,000 HP to his name. You will find, ooh, a nice bounty rune. 364 gold. Oh man!
Fortified their structures. Here's what's happening to Dire's bottom tower.
So it looks like Boltic's gonna take the advice to heart. He goes into Weezin, pops the ultimate, but okay. So free gold, 659 gold for that kill. That is an alchemist who had less than 1,000 HP. But gave away, just because of how far ahead Dire were, gave away close to 600 gold. That's why, guys, if you ever want to talk about flaming your teammates, that's why you don't do it. Because you set them up in situations like that. You do more harm to your own team than good, you do. So Jupiter on the run. They've got a couple of zombies chasing, but only 2 have stacked up, and now Boltic going in. This Lifestealer, by the way, is doing a lot of work in this one. Needs to rage, but he'll end up getting stunned up. He gets Arcane Boost, but isn't able to rage. Now gets stunned away. Yin Yang on the run. They've got plenty of slows. The DJ and Orin popping them back underneath the Tombstone, though. If they can get plenty of damage out, this Tombstone could end up doing work, and it will. Boltic will go down. In comes Heck. We'll bring down a second. The Tombstone finally dropping. Heck, meanwhile, with that Battle Fury, the damage is real from her. Shadowblade out on Colossus. They don't quite have vision of him, but that Shadowblade's going to end up, if they can continue chasing him in the right direction. I don't know why he's running with them, but looks like he'll get himself away. No, they continue to know where he is. They spot him out. Maybe. No, looks like they don't get it. As Jupiter continues to try to push out this mid lane. Sorrow is there. Looking for what appears to be a Scotty. He's got one of the ultimate orbs. A second one is just a click buy away. Rambo, meanwhile, illuminating. He's getting a pretty decent amount of farm out of this game. He's kind of like the sleeper farmer, like the alchemist. He's finding a decent amount of farm, even though it doesn't quite seem like they are getting as much as they are. So I'll only look forward to seeing when this alchemist starts becoming a monster. If this alchemist starts becoming a monster. Remember, he can give himself free stats without getting an item slot by buying an Ags and consuming it. Same with a Moonshard. Like, that's 2 items, stats and attack speed, that don't end up taking up an item space. But it looks like at the moment he's just trying to farm up as quickly as possible. And I don't blame him, but the real issue with alchemists that are jungling like this is you really want to be able to have like stacks prepared for them and waves they can go and farm in between clearing jungles, because I mean he's getting a good amount from this jungle, right? But this, all said and done, is a lot less than what an alchemist with a Midas with a Maelstrom should be getting. So we'll have to keep an eye on this Alch. Again, sleeper farmer. We'll be getting a little bit out of this map unexpectedly, but he's got that Shadow Blade ready to go, as has been in his career, as we saw him working on. Hold on, Sorrow. What's this? A Requiem attempt that gets completely shut down. Okay. Illuminate flying through. We'll go ahead, clear up a couple creep camps. That's about it. And Sorrow, I mean, almost shooting himself in the foot there. By going up that high. I kind of want to know the story about that, but it's a little bit too late to go back and check. But as it stands right now, I mean, Radiant have come back. I can say that without even looking at the graphs. They've definitely come back. They haven't brought it in their favor just yet, but they brought it close. And okay, maybe I'm wrong. Looks like Dire still holding on to a pretty significant advantage, but it's not quite leveling off, but it's making its upward trends. And I mean, I guess that means that Dire Radiant are still winning fights. That's good, right? The key thing here is Boltic. He's second highest in the net worth, so your graphs can say everything. But a Lifestealer says, or your graphs can say as much as they want, but I mean, this says everything, is what I meant to say the first time. Archangel being chased by Heck, but he's tanking up fairly well. I mean, 1,000 gold, able to get away from this, and hold on, maybe I spoke too soon. He'll go down, gets converged on by 5. And that'll be another death for our heavenly body here. Meanwhile, Battle Furies have been accumulating, although not quite as fast as the Ember Spirit would like it. Working towards it, about 800 gold away from it. But once he gets it, I mean, where do you go from there? He's still squishy as hell, still doesn't hit for any damage. I mean, they've got to secure a huge amount of farming. Look at that, AFK Farmer, top of the net worth chart. Power of an Alchemist. Now we'll see what he can do with it. HEK meanwhile, pushing in this bottom top 2-2 tower. They go ahead in. They've got the boot down. Torrent not going to connect. HEK is just going to go straight into Colossus. In comes Jupiter, looking for some kills here, but they drop the Tombstone. Jupiter with that Blade Mail. They've got the Mana Drain out on him. And they're going to continue chasing onto this. They've got the Illuminate out. It looks like Yin Yang goes up onto the high ground for a kill. They will bring down Colossus. But now Yin Yang in a little bit of trouble. Jupiter goes in. Now in comes... Oh, might be a bad idea for our Ember Spirit, but it turns out to be the best idea of the world. As they bring down the Tombstone, they bring down the Undying. And maybe they bring down more. They want Rambo. They just need to find the open wounds. And he does get close enough, but gets the vision blocked. Now finally gets it onto the low ground. They continue to chase in. The ulti comes out from our Ember Spirit. Looking for the Searing Change. Just cast it. Doesn't even need it. He'll go down, and a fresh new wave of Report Alks comes out from the chat, but I mean, you only have yourself to blame for letting him die, giving up that much gold, and looks like he's just dead right now. No, he pops into the Shadow Blade. Again, looking really good on the net worth here. What has he got coming out to him? He's got a moon... Okay, I guess he took my advice a little bit too seriously. I don't actually think you should immediately farm a Moon Shard on an Alchemist. And my reason for that is because it doesn't give you anything. Like, attack speed's great. You farm quickly. Awesome. But you also farm quickly with nearly any other item in the game. And the night vision's great. But he needs to tank up. He needs some health. Like, that's the bottom line. It looks like he's sitting in the fountain. AFK? No, he buys his Moonshot outright. So don't consume it, please. That's my only request to you right now, Alchemist. I'll be checking back on you in 5 minutes. If you've consumed it, well then, I can't quite say I have a lot of faith in this game. HEK, meanwhile, after having completed that Battle Fury, has the Helm of the Dominator. Could just take Roche right now. There's no vision on the pit, but of course she doesn't know that, so they've got to be rather careful. A pretty aggressive Radiant Observer Ward here in the top lane, but no towers down, so they can't quite make use of it. Going into the jungle right now with all the outer towers available is a very risky maneuver. And HEK, meanwhile, TP's bottom to protect the tower. And a fresh new wave of reports coming out. They want Archangel. They'll go on Archangel. A double stun from the Alchemist, but that's not going to be enough. He is out of his ulti too, so he turns around. But look at the damage! Purify comes out, but he slap chops him straight down. And Wizen as well. But he gets the Guardian Angel off just barely. He has a Mana Drain on him. Pops out the Arcane Boots, but they'll go straight on into him. In comes Wizen again, looking for a kill. Gets it, a double kill for our Alchemist. Maybe even a triple. He gets it. Oh, man. They counted him out. But he is pulling through the clutch when he needs it. However, I mean, a lot can be said about Sorrow having that Scotty ready and HEK with the Battle Fury, but a lot of gold going to the Alchemist just then. And, well, I guess I'm eating my words with that Moonshard. There's no other way to put it. So Alchemist holding on to the top net worth of the game with a Moonshard in hand. We'll go back to farming. Leaves his team to take objectives. There is a Crimson Guard keeping Jupiter, I won't say healthy, but as healthy as can be. It looks like they want to go into Sorrow, see him get low, a little bit too much Bloodlust. And speaking of Bloodlust, Yin Yang, a Crimson Guard of his own. So he's just kind of like eating damage, not really giving a care to the world. Meanwhile, Wizen, again, still farming up a Storm. I almost want to say he should have gone for a Battle Fury instead of a Maelstrom here, but I don't know. Maelstrom costs less. Colossus, though, goes for the Torrent, finds two. There's going to be an Illuminate that comes out. The boat won't hit anyone, so that'll be the end of that, I suppose. I mean, I don't think Colossus can really chase onto that one. I kind of like keeping an eye on this guy. I almost imagine if he goes for the Moonshard, then I think he's going to go the way of buying items that he can just instantly consume, but kind of want to see maybe an Abyssal Blade onto him. That would be really good with a Moonshard already out. An Abyssal Blade or some form of Lifesteal would be incredible on him right now. But again, we'll have to see what he goes for. Haitian on the top rune spot. HEK going to find that one. Going for a BKB. Smart of him. Going to keep the stuns from coming through. I mean, he can quickly burst down this Alchemist as it stands. 1100 HP with 4 armor. PA can destroy the Alchemist, but Mjolnir completed, which gives him a little bit of extra damage, a little bit of extra farming speed. He goes in. He wants Jupiter. What can he do, though? I mean, again, 4 armor. He'll just instantly drop here. Goes ahead, finds himself a DD, denies it from HEK. There's a Guardian Angel, so I'm not quite sure what they're expecting out of this one. Wizen is sitting and right-clicking, but he's not able to do anything with it. Again, 4 armor and Guardian Angel.
Radiant's top towers.
Maybe... I mean, that's That's a major problem. Sorrow missing all of his
Radiant's top towers
raises there. Definitely not helping the
No
situation.
breaking through the dire structures for now.
There's got to be some internal issues going on within the very dire team is Sorrow. They've got the Requiem of Souls on them, but he's just going to go down here. The second Requiem, they take so much damage, they're actually going to all drop here. There's a repel, but there's still zombies chasing. And in fact, it looks like Boltic is going to infest just to get rid of some of those zombies, but still that one lusted zombie is chasing. Will finally go down though, and Yin Yang getting chased. He's got the mechanism, plenty of armor, but with a basher out from Boltic, I don't see him living for very much longer. Rambo coming in. What can he do? Does he have an ultimate? Does he have blinding light? He doesn't end up going for it. Probably could have saved his undying his life there. Boltic on the run. No mana. HEK will spot him out. They've got the Observer Ward out, and the damage is real, but he's got 12 armor, so HEK is just trading hits right now. A Bash proc comes through on the hit, but it looks like he'll go down. Finally a crit that is worthy of his liking. Now another Stifling Dagger. Purify comes out, and a Repel, getting rid of that slow. What's that? A Searing Chains comes out, but it's not connecting, and now it looks like he might die as well. He who shall not be named. Gets himself onto the high ground. In comes Colossus. Does he have a Silver Edge? He does not, so going on the PA isn't the best of plans here. Well, another Stifling Dagger. Repel stops that one short. And the Crimson Guard is out. That's about it. (22-38), 34 minutes into this game. We can take a look at the graphs and still well in favor of Dire. But again, the net worth chart is leading up with Boltic, or at least Alchemist taking the top. Wizen goes in. Maybe he can find a kill here. Puts out with the Acid Spray, but taking so much damage, he's got nothing. No meat to the bones. In comes a Requiem of Souls, though, and they will bring down He Who Shall Not Be Named. Wizen goes in, tries to find some extra HP, extra last hits, but he can actually go ahead and grab a kill of his own. Colossus will go down to Wizen. Always love looking at that gold drop there, but stats for this Alchemist. I said Basher, and Basher's pretty good, gives you a little bit of strength, but I will amend that statement because we need some stats out on this Alchemist. He needs strength. He needs to be able to survive. Like, the HP regen's great, but only if you've got something to back it up. If you die in 2 hits, it doesn't matter. HEK in the top lane is evading a lot, but still not quite able to get herself away. She's slowed down to high heavens, and it blinks to Sorrow, but I mean, everyone turns. In fact, it actually looks like they want to go into Yin Yang here. Boltic and Jupiter will chase him down. Tower Fire as well, and he'll go down. Pops out into the Flesh Golem, but I mean, what's that going to do? GG well played. This Dire is a very, very well-coordinated team, I bet. Look at that. Look at that. 0.25 seconds per attack, guys. That's an Alchemist. That's why I wanted to, that's why I wanted the Basher. But a Diffusal Blade would be great. Basher would be great. Hell, even a Scotty would be great right now. I almost want to say just buy yourself an Aghanim Scepter. Get some extra stats, some free stats. He's going to go Abyssal, though, so we'll be taking that Basher suggestion, or I guess it wasn't really a suggestion as he can't hear me. Or, you know, maybe it's a Radiance. I don't know, you never know. Wizen recalling him back, though. I'm not quite sure if that was a Rage recall or not. Jupiter, meanwhile, farming up with the help of He Shall Not Be Named. Second Battle Fury should be on the way for him, but it's going to be a while before he's got it. Still only one item close to it. Meanwhile, there's an Assault Cuirass and a Jupiter, further reducing the effectiveness that this PA might have. Acid Spray is really good, but I'm not quite sure if that's what they need. Hold on. It looks like Archangel might be in a little bit of trouble. They're recalling him back. Okay. Take notes, guys. This is how you lose games. I don't really know what to say about that, so I won't. I'll hold my tongue. Radiant looking really good, where they were shot down so far. I mean, the score was 6-18 at one point. Now it's looking pretty, I won't say grim. Midas dude, maybe. I won't say grim for the Radiant, or for the Dire, but I will say that it's not exactly the best looking thing for them. Wizen, he's going to go ahead, unleash on Archangel, but is not able to get the kill just yet. The Acid Spray gets the kill. Now he turns on the Colossus. There's still a Guardian Angel. Look at the attack speed for Wizen, but he just gets 3-shot. This is why I'm saying stats. A Requiem of Souls goes out. Look at the damage on the two of them. Boltic goes down as well. He's going down really quickly. What the f is that? What?
All according to plan.
What was that? I feel like... Oh, wait. No, the back 10 seconds is there. Sorry. I have to see this, though. There was some particle effect. There it is. I still
According to plan.
Still have no idea what that was, but whatever. Whatever it was, it happened. And a 5-man wipe for the Dire, and just as I was saying that things might not be looking great for them, they turn around, grab a wipe, no buyback, will get themselves a Rax here.
Dire just couldn't save that bottom
I wonder if that is going to be a Radiant. I almost want to be a Radiant just to laugh at it, but I hope it's a Basher, and it will be a Basher. He buys himself a Javelin. That's about it. HEK turning Boltic. Not able to do too much. He doesn't have any sort of MKB or True Strike, so they will bring down Sorrow, though. So that's 800 gold going their way, and I mean, it's pretty hefty at this point in the game. HEK to the top lane. We'll be buying a Basher of his own, so Mass Bash should be coming out soon from the Dire side. Come on, Rambo. Recall your Alchemist again. Give him farm.
Guess what's happening?
Or, you know, Alch, just go to the bottom lane. That's a lot of gold that could actually be going out to an Alchemist if he goes down there. But opting, I guess, not to. What he just sold his Hand of Midas for a recipe of the Skull Basher. Not something that I think I'd recommend, but at the same time, I mean, he makes Hand of Midas and 3 or 4 creeps, so I suppose it isn't the worst thing in the world. Look at that attack speed outside of his ultimate. That's just crazy. Meanwhile, middle lane, the tier 2, suffering a little bit of collateral, but it's staying well up and alive, so, I mean, where is our Alchemist here? He doesn't have a TP, so he can't come into the fight if things erupt, and he actually could be in a little bit of trouble. If he goes down to farm these Ancients, all that needs to happen is someone spot him out, but it looks like that won't happen here. Wizen, we'll just go ahead and casually keep farming here. Gets that Basher, completed Abyssal Blade at 40 minutes. I mean, his farm for a jungle Alchemist is not bad, but for an Alchemist in general, not great. Oh, Bounty Rune. Come on, dude. Just pick it up, please. Okay, I guess it was smart that he didn't, because it would have revealed this attempt at Roche. I mean, look how fast he can bring it down solo. With that Abyssal Blade, I mean, he's bashing it every second or so. Like, that's... It's almost a perma-bash coming out, but I guess not really. And finally, Roshan gets his retribution with that one bash, but he'll bring down Roshan, get an Aegis for himself, get the Bounty Rune. Oh, I wanted to see how much it'd give him. I don't know. I'm not biased. Don't worry. I'm just staring at this Alchemist for a long period of time. Yin Yang, where is he progressing? It looks like he's buying his own Aghanim Scepter. They've given up on their Alchemist farming the Mass Ags. And I mean, he could always probably just sell it, maybe? I don't know. I believe there was one point where that, like, there was something awkward about that, but I don't know. Jupiter in a lot of trouble. He's got the Crimson Guard. Not taking a lot of damage, but the Crimson Guard has to end at some point. And now he'll go down. Look at the damage out from Wizen. The boat comes through and does a huge amount. A Guardian Angel flies out, but that is I want to say wasted, because it's going to be down in just a second, and then, well, Dire can turn to much to their heart's content. Alchemist charging up a stun, will hit himself in the process. Still has that Aegis of Immortality, so he's not really worried. And now begins the Turtle, the high ground defense from the Radiant. Can they protect their racks? Not to see. Boltic hanging up that far ahead. He's got a Reaver. He's built so much into strength right now. No repel out from Archangel. Do they just bring him down right now? Will repel himself finally. And now an Open Runes comes out into Sorrow. Colossus will go through a lot of damage coming out. He shall be not be named. Looks for Wizen. They'll get him, but he's got the Aegis. Now do we have a turn from the Dire? They look like they don't want to protect it. That's an Aegis bent from Wizen, and they just let it go. Wizen tries to fight. He brings down one in the process. He brings down two. No, maybe not. The Acid Spray, one more proc. It will. He'll grab two in the process. A double kill for the Alchemist. He's got to be laughing from his deathbed. That is quite the kill there. So as it stands right now, Radiant, I mean, losing a lot, but they still have protected their base. Gold XP, 20,000 gold, 15,000 experience. Much in favor of the Dire. That's, I mean, it's not any more of a problem than it was 5 minutes ago when I said it was a problem. Like, it's just to be expected at this point. Radiant have made many strong maneuvers, strong showings in the past couple of fights, but they just can't seem to grab that ever so elusive advantage. And I guess a lot can be attributed to the fact that Wizen can just farm so damn quickly. Sorrow as well, just flash farm down waves in no time at all. And meanwhile, the only farmer really that's keeping up on the side of the Radiant, Boltic, just can't seem to flash farm as effectively. I mean, all these resources on his side of the map are being split up between so many people.
These are my thanks.
So it looks like they'll continue to push, continue to try to get as much gold out of the map, use what they can from what little resources they have.
The world can't handle free of me.
Luminate flying through. Looks to be not really connecting here. Yin Yang looking for Jupiter. A Crimson Guard being spent. In comes our Ember Spirit though. Looking for more. Wants Rambo, who staffs up onto the high ground. The bottom lane being constant pushed by Sorrow.
Radiant's bottom tower
Weezin, meanwhile, 1,200 gold. What did he buy? He finished up his Silver Edge. No Aegis to his name. Rambo, meanwhile, stuck on the cliff with Heck. They're just kind of chilling out, doing their thing. Almost surprised they haven't started dancing yet. I don't know. That's what I would do. Heck is going to TP away. Rambo is going to stay there because why not? Drops a ward because why not? And a Yin Yang with a completed Aghanim Scepter. Wizen still farming. Could probably go to the enemy's jungle right now and farm that out. I mean, he's got the Silver Edge. He's got plenty of strength now from that. Or I won't say plenty, but enough to react to maybe not get 3-shot. And ooh, golems. That's really good. Golems are really a really nice camp to get. Golems and the lots of little guys. Yeah, this one. I guess funny. And this one. Wow. He's getting a lot of good camps right now, at least in the enemy jungle. So farming those up pretty quickly. We'll be able to go to the wave as well. Getting quite a bit of gold out from this, as is true typical Alchemist fashion. So, I mean, farm away, do what you can. Flashy, gold's gonna just take a handful out of his inventory and throw it. Like, that's what he's gonna do with this gold. He's just gonna throw it at them. Hopefully it leaves a minor bruise. What does he get out to him? He gets out a null talisman, or a talisman of evasion. Okay, so I won't say Heaven's Halberd. I really don't want this to be a Heaven's Halberd. He needs to go more for a late game damage, but could be a butterfly out for him. Strength hero doesn't really benefit that much from the butterfly. I would almost imagine that something like an MKB will be soon to come out too from our lifesteal. I'm almost surprised that it hasn't come out already. Like, I think instead of that heart, he really should have gotten something like an MKB. I mean, the heart's great. He's got plenty of HP, but he can't really do too much with it. And that's the real problem I have with his build right now. And again, I can't flame, but I can say that I'm not quite agreeing with that. I think it's a definite thing, especially with the PA, but I think they've got a silver edge for that, so I don't think they're too... No silver edge yet. Okay, I stand corrected. They have not completed the silver edge yet, so they need something for that PA. And Boltic with the bash while Sorrow is TPing. He's going to continue to chase 3 seconds before he's got an open wounds, but it doesn't matter because a blink away from Sorrow is enough to get him away. And no, chat, I will not flame. I'm not a flamer. I'll let you flame. Flame and chat to your heart's content. So again, while things slow down a little bit, just want to reiterate, this is the Golden Aegis Challenge cast series by me, Chicago Ted. All these games, once completed, will be posted to my YouTube, which I should probably go put on that Reddit post that I made while it sits on the front page. That might be the smart thing to do. But as it stands right now, this is our cast from an awesome donator here, Medieval Walrus, and I greatly thank you for sending this one game in and giving to the cause here. I enjoy casting games of all shapes and sizes. Wizen meanwhile will stun himself up, mostly because of that rage, but I don't think he really cares. He's got an Abyssal Blade, so just use it. The damage is pretty real, though. I mean, look at the attack speed. He's burning through that HP of Boltic's, and he's got to bring down those creeps. He doesn't even need to. He brings down Boltic, and that'll be it. He's got, what is that, 3,000 gold now? Anything on the courier? Nothing on the courier. Sanj? Oh, no. He did it. He went for a Heaven's Halberd. Okay, I guess it's a little better than the butterfly. Colossus will go in. Wizen looking for the stun. Does he find it? He will. Maxes it out onto Ember Spirit. Will bring him down in 4 punches. And, well, that's that. 2 solo kills. Maybe he even looks for more. He finds Jupiter. But, unfortunately, this will probably be the death of him. Yin Yang goes in. He's got the Blade Mail. The Guardian Angel is down. He's in the midst of 3, but he's got Rambo close by, who's not quite popping out AO Luminous. Now in comes Heck, who pops in with a BKB. We'll just start bringing him down one by one, but he doesn't actually find anyone. Sorrow now comes in, and now they start laying in the deeps here. As, do they find Jupiter? They want to find him. They bash him up. But the damage, I mean, it's kind of funny how little it seems like they're doing, but over time it does end up stacking up. So 50 minutes in, they bring down the first set of racks. They ping down the bottom, and I almost want to question whether or not this is it. 2 buybacks available, 23 seconds for the Lifestealer, 12 seconds for the Ember Spirit. Speaking of Ember, not really much on him, so can't say much Jupiter, though he does bought back, so him dying here would be rather problematic, but he still has to die. I mean, he's just kind of sitting and laying into them. Heck, though, we'll get the bash. They get the Scotty out on him as well, but nothing much else. They continue fighting. They could be in a lot of trouble, though. In comes Ember Spirit, stops Heck, is able to blink himself away, but that's about it. He's still slowed by all this nasal goo. Now they can continue to chase. He has to turn. No, blinks himself away again. Has a TP at the ready, but they have Searing Chains to stop that. He's going to TP now. The Searing Chains is done, but the Purify goes through. And that'll bring him down. A buyback immediately from him, though. What do we got? Any closer to an MKB? Nope, because he just comes back alive, so. A 4,000 HP Lifestealer who's dealing about 300 a pop. As my my scrolling hand starts to get tired. This is the 3rd game I've done. How are we doing for time? 7:40? Not bad. We might be able to get 1 or 2 more games in tonight. That'd be amazing. I'd really like that. As many out of the way as possible. Because once the week hits, I got to start worrying about, you know, getting back into the reality of things. Sorrow on the run, but it's Wizen. Pops out with the stun. Do they have a Guardian? They need to bring down Archangel very quickly. Can they do so? His Guardian is actually 14 seconds on cooldown. They bring him down. Now they turn. Boltic in a lot of trouble, but gets the bash on the Hex. Now they've got the Torrent going through. Stuns up too, but the damage isn't quite real. The bow goes through. Heck is still alive, just barely. And they'll go ahead and get the 5-man wipe. That is a buyback on the Jupiter too, so he'll be down for 100 seconds. And the Flame, GG well played as a 5,000 swing comes back. Kunkka will buy back. But heck, he's going ahead. He's regenning himself up on some creeps as he goes down the mid lane. Pushes through with the creeps. Goes up onto the high ground, it looks like. And maybe they go and end this game. Maybe they go and try to get another set of racks. It looks like the end game is what they want. But I'm not quite sure what they can do about it. I think they need to go for a second set of racks here. I'm not quite sure they can just stand up to tier 4s as people are starting to revive. But Wizen... Okay, maybe now they go for it. The cliff is down. But they're not committing to anything. This is worrying me greatly. Do they not know that the bottom tower is... The back door protection's down if it goes down the mid lane? I don't know. They're finally going to go after that tower. Wizen goes in. Torrent, boat could be an issue, or could it be? Colossus in a lot of trouble. This is a buyback on Colossus, so he'll be down 100 seconds. In goes our Ember Spirit looking for something, but he could just as soon die. A Guardian Angel goes down, protects the buildings. Heck, looking for it, but he can't quite find it. He's the BKB or something, but it looks like it's going to be a double kill for the Ember Spirit. Wizen looking for everything he can, and he'll go ahead and bring down the Ember Spirit. 80 seconds with buyback. Might have to spend it here. Wizen's continuing to chase in as the bottom rack starts going down. Open Moon's out. Wizen's running instead of hitting the racks. I mean, he should just turn and fight right now. He will do so, but he can't because, well, repel. Suns himself up. Does have his ultimate on though, so he's regenerating very quickly. Now goes in to Boltic, and Boltic is going down very quickly. He's staying alive. He's regenerating himself. Finally goes down. Jupiter as well. The Bash proc keeps him in place, and that's it. They've got nothing left in the tank. 54 minutes into this game, and it looks like that could very well be the end of it. No glyph. Good game, unofficial GG. Doesn't quite set the timer as we are very well aware with Captain's Mode games.
Radiant's mid tower's coming
I mean,
apart.
still kind of dicking around right now. Come on, just hit it. Just poke.
Radiant's mid
Poke.
tower
You don't need to farm the fountain. Just hit it. Hit the ancient. Okay, good. All right, we're just gonna watch this. We'll zoom out and watch what's going on, guys. This has been Chicago TEDcast in this game for the Golden Aegis Challenger Series. Thank you very much to Medieval Walrus for sending this one in, donating to the cause. Greatly appreciate it. That concludes installment number 3. We'll be moving on to number 4 very shortly, so stick around. More will be coming up, and, well, this will be the end of this video, so I'll catch you all next time.
Finders keepers.